Hello everyone, today I'll be modeling a guitar. In this tutorial I'll explain you how to model from start to finish. We are not using any add-ons, so download Blender now and follow along to learn new stuff. For the guitar shape, I'm first going to make a Bezier curve. This will be the shape of our guitar. Try to match something like this. I'm gonna mirror it along the y-axis and not the x, so that we have a shape something like this. Now after that, we're gonna go to Object, convert it to Mesh. And now in Edit mode, you can press F to make a face and extrude that. Set the origin to Geometry and then align it, Alt G. We have our basic shape done. Let's shade it to Auto Smooth. What I'll be doing is adding a Solidify, and let's set the thickness to -0.1, something like this. Now when we will be creating a cylinder, let's give it 64 vertices on the sides, rotate it, make it smaller. If you don't have the bool tool enabled, just go into Preferences and search for bool tool, save preferences, and now we can make our difference here. And then we have our inside of the guitar, as you can see. So now we created a cube. We're gonna make it thinner, also here, bring it up a bit to the front, and then thinner also here. So I'll be moving it down like this so it matches here, and then by selecting both of them, making a difference again, this one will also intersect with this one. Now here I will make a loop cut 2 times, bring them up a bit. This one can go down, and now here I'll be extruding it outwards and bring this one down. Later on you'll see why. With Control 1 and 2 I'll give it a subdivision. Now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be selecting all of these faces. In the item panel you can give it mean crease and vertex crease. With the mean crease you can control how much an edge will be affected by the subdivision surface modifier. So when you have a high mean crease, it will give a sharp edge. We want the back piece to be soft and the front to be sharp. You will see that this one here looks really weird. That's because of the boolean. We have to apply it. After applying, we can increase the mean crease. Now this thing already looks pretty good. I think here we can make it thinner like this one and bring it a bit more out. Perfect. Now we can extrude this one up. So size should be fine. Here these two again, mean crease and edge crease. Here again, select this upper face. Make Shift D, get it up and extrude it. Let's just make it very long. This will be the head of the guitar where all the strings are going to be attached. Also do the mean crease here. Make a loop cut, bring it down, and this one can also be a bit back. Here we will be selecting these two faces and only deleting the faces. We're later gonna connect them. But first we will model the head, because this thing is gonna moving like this later on. But first we're gonna model all of it, and then we're gonna rotate it. So we just have to play around with mean crease here. That looks better. Now the loop cut again, and around this maybe, and then we can extrude this top one. And actually what I want to do is select them, Shift H, hide it, make again a loop cut, and then Alt H to get everything again, because here I want to have another extruded. Now what we have to do, like all of these side panels here, because I want them all to be straight. That looks good. Let's make a cube, scale it down, let's make it more up, and it has to have the size of this one. Split here. We will make a difference. Press numpad / to isolate a specific object. And now we can bevel the sides. Now I want to make a loop cut in the center and make it smaller. Now we can give this a bevel. And here we can apply this one with all transforms and then make it a mirror again along the y-axis. I think the best way is to make the crease everywhere and then make a bevel. Yep, this one looks really good now. Now we're gonna make this one a bit wider on the top. Nice, that's looking good. And also here, the top one, maybe this one can be round. I'm just gonna put my cursor on here. I'm just gonna select these two faces. I'm gonna duplicate them and move them a bit. P, separate them. And now I don't need all of these modifiers. I can just extrude them right here. Make it all smaller because it doesn't need to be that big. Like this should be fine. Move it next to here. It can have a small bevel, just a slightly one. Now let's cut this in 9 pieces. And we're gonna select all of the third ones. Scale them around the x-axis so that we have like a shape looks something like this. Now we're gonna create a cylinder, rotate it, make it smaller, and then these cylinders go through. With Alt S you can also make the cylinder thinner or thicker. Go through these cylinders go through these holes here. You can duplicate or array them however you want. And then here I'll select these faces and extrude them. And I will deselect the middle ones and bevel them. Right here I will put my cursor and create a new cylinder. Rotate it, make it smaller, rotate it in this axis, make it smaller again, and now we're gonna go for the length. Make it smaller, and on here you can do the same thing, duplicate them down so that it fits. Now we're gonna create another cube, give it a subdivision, and what I like to do is make again the mean crease, so it looks something like this. Make a cut in here, make this cut thicker, so it looks like kind of like a handlebar, and then you can increase this one and duplicate these. Now you can just mirror whatever is on this side to the other side, but first you have to apply all the transforms. So it looks like that. Now we can connect these ones, and I'll just loop select them and loop select the top one, press F3 and search for bridge edge loops and connect them. Now we can select all of the top ones and rotate it around the cursor around 30 degrees. Like all the other parts and do the same thing. And we can also give the main shape a bevel. Now for the string we need a curve. Let's take another Bezier curve. And then on the geometry panel you can create the depth. Let's make it really thin because it's just gonna be small strings. And now you can put them where the string should be. Here again with the splines, with Alt S you can make them thinner or thicker. Something like this. String will go to the bottom until around here. Because here we're gonna create another cube. Make it more smaller. Around this. And what I like to do is move that one to the front. Make another 3 cuts and bring one of them back again. Give it a bevel. Now here you can attach a string on. On the top, we will create another cube. This cube will be the bar that holds the strings. We can make this front one smaller. Let's give it a small bevel. We can extrude this one up here. Now this one goes through the first one. For this one we can array it. Make at least 14. Array them around the z-axis downwards. So it will fit onto all of them. Now what you can do is duplicate the string, make another duplicate, and let's duplicate all of them. You just have to make the ends fit to each one like this. And here the same thing. Let's connect them all. Now we can hide everything else. Now we can go and refine the splines. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it goes around. That should be fine. Yeah, just make it so it fits. Okay, the model is done. It is looking good. I hope you learned a lot from this video. In the next video of the tutorial series, you're gonna learn how to unwrap this model.